What are we gonna do?
Move it ourselves.
Huh?
Move it ourselves.
But you said that we would...
Forget what I said. There's a lot of money involved. When there's a lot of money involved, you break even your own rules.
But there's gotta be some junkies in town that can handle it.
Go out and find them, then. We've been looking high and low all week. The heat's on. They want to traffic in pot, not horse. Nobody's taking chances.
Man, I get uneasy just thinking about it.
Then shut up and start thinking. Contact's made and we gotta move it ourselves.
Hey.
Mr. Arnold, you guys, you still want me to work for you?
Will be ready in a few minutes.
Hey, why so beat, huh?
You know why.
Oh, it pays the rent and puts the bread on the table.
You can do that on my salary.
Yeah, but you don't work anymore.
I went to the doctor's this morning. She says I can work in a week or two. And I saw Mr. Mason. He says I can have my job back any time.
What do you mean you saw Mr. Mason?
And, Bob, I talked to him about you, too. There's an opening in the stockroom. You can have the job.
What, a lousy $30 a week?
Well, at least it's clean money.
Clean money? You know, coming from you, that's really a laugh.
I never sold it myself.
So what's the difference? You're running up the buyers for them.
You were the one that hated it in the first place.
Well, times change.
I want you to quit. Now.
Laurie, the doctor bills, they cost money.
I don't care about them.
Well, if we're going to sit around here being gloomy, we might as well start smoking the stuff ourselves.
Do you know what happens if you get caught?
Yeah, I know what happens. But can your Mr. Mason pay this kind of money? That's $50 in 3 days, and all I have to do is deliver and collect.
But we don't need the money you're making. If Mr. Mason pays you only half as much as...
Oh, don't run my life for me. So I take a chance now and then. So what? The money's good and it's getting better.
You're so high and mighty, calling me a liar. What about that dream you used to talk about?
The dream was money, and that's what I'm getting.
But you're going to end up in jail instead of on a boat. Is that what you want? Bob, I've had more experience than you. I know what trouble you'll get in.
Well, give me time and I'll catch up to you.
But why? It's no fun. I give you my word.
What do you want?
I want to be your wife.
Well, then you better learn to let me run things. You don't act like a wife, you act like a mother.
Well, that's what you need.
I got a meeting with Arnold. We might be moving up the ladder.
Lied about our ages. I thought I was doing the right thing. He was so good and kind. I love him so much, Miss McAllister. And he hated Arnold because of me and this dirty business.
Laurie, do you know where he's planning to meet Arnold?
Did he mention what this meeting was about?
Yes, he might start pushing the big stuff.
Do you know where Arnold's plan is?
The pushers pick up from him near the shipping docks.
Which one?
I think it's opposite Pier 39.
I'll call Lieutenant Guthrie.
It's my fault, Mr. McAllister. I wanted it to be so good. And all I did was get him into trouble.
Lieutenant Guthrie. Officer Larkin. Yeah. A tip on Stan Arnold making a drop. Opposite Pier 39. Right. We'll be there to take care of the boy. Right, sir. I'll be there.
And don't you worry, Laura. Everything's going to be all right.
I want to go, please. I want him to know why.
All right, Laura, come on.
Any trouble getting here?
I didn't have any trouble at all, no.
Good. I think you're ready to move on now, kid. How's Laura?
I can take care of her.
Ever been to Oakland?
Yeah, Oakland, yeah, I know. Well, yeah.
Hey, Bob.
Tonight at 9, deliver this to a man on the corner of 6th and Flower. Make sure he fronts the bread first. 1,000, that's 1,000 clams. He answers to the name of Stash, your name is Tugboat.
$1,000.
That's right. You get 100.
Hold your fire!
There's no sign of the boy.
I think I know where he'd be.
Where?
I'll show you.
Come along with me. Better call the coroner. Careful, he may be armed.
He doesn't have a gun, Lieutenant.
You can't be sure of that.
Let me go first. He'll be afraid of you.
I can't do that. If he's in there, you'll see when he comes out.
But if I can have a chance to explain to him. He's my husband,
He's
Lieutenant.
desperate and he's scared. He might harm you.
He won't harm me, I know. Please. Can't you forget the rules for a few minutes? Don't feelings count for anything with you?
All right. 5 minutes. Then we're coming in for you.
Bob? It's me, Lori. They won't hurt you, Bob. Please, I want to talk to you. We may never see each other again, Bob. I don't want you to go away hating me. Bob, I have a right to talk to you. I'm your wife.
Judge Cronin is ready to enter the courtroom.
And what am I waiting here for? My business is with the judge.
Mrs. Hayden, I want to talk to you. You know Laurie and Bob want to stay married.
Of course I know it, but it's ridiculous. She'd ruin it. In no time at all.
Bob's mother has talked to her. She's given her consent.
I don't believe it. She must be out of her mind.
Both she and her husband have told the judge they agree.
She's too young to be married, and you know it.
In years, yes. But she's been through enough to be a woman. And a woman, when she finds love, needs marriage.
Oh, stop it. What do you know about it? What do you know about love? Did you ever have a kid? Everybody looks at me like I was to blame. Poor Laurie. It's all her mother's fault. Don't you think I have feelings, too? A life of my own? Who cares about me? Who thinks for a minute about Ellie? What about my need? All alone and my daughter married to a criminal. Is that what I get? A convict for a son-in-law?
Not necessarily, Mrs. Hayden. Particularly in cases like this one. There are many times I've seen the courts lean toward rehabilitation rather than prison. I'll give her a chance, Mrs. Hayden. These kids will work it out. Right now, it really doesn't matter whose fault it is. This is a wonderful chance to make up for a great many things. You may not have this opportunity again.
Rise, please. Be seated.
The lineup is produced with the cooperation of the San Francisco Police Department. We are grateful to Chief of Police Thomas Cahill and the men in his organization who have contributed their time and effort to make this program possible.